Little Women, a Master Narrative Summary. Part 1. The Pilgrim's Burden. Christmas Without Father. The story opens in a modest New England parlor on Christmas Eve, where four sisters, Margaret, Josephine, Elizabeth, and Amy March, gather around the fire, lamenting a holiday spent without their father. Mr. March has gone to serve as a chaplain in the Civil War, and his absence hangs over the household like a perpetual winter. The girls are poor, reduced by their father's financial ruin. Meg endures working as a governess for a wealthy family. Jo serves their irascible Aunt March, finding solace in her library. Beth manages the household with quiet devotion, and Amy consoles herself with artistic ambitions after suffering teasing at school. Despite their poverty, the sisters resolve to spend their meager allowances on Christmas gifts for their mother. When Marmee arrives bearing a letter from their father, each sister privately vows to improve. Meg will resist vanity, Jo will master her temper, Amy will combat selfishness, and Beth will discharge her quiet duties. On Christmas morning, each finds a small Bible under their pillow. When Marmee asks the girls to give away their Christmas breakfast to a destitute immigrant family, they comply despite their own hunger. Their wealthy neighbor, old Mr. Lawrence, learns of their generosity and sends an extravagant supper: ice cream, cake, fruit, and flowers. The first gesture in what will become one of the story's most important relationships. The Lawrence Boy and the Widening World. At a New Year's Eve dance, Jo encounters Theodore Lawrence, known as Laurie, a lonely boy raised partly abroad after his parents' deaths. The two misfits recognize something kindred in each other immediately. When Meg sprains her ankle, Laurie offers his grandfather's carriage to carry the sisters home, and a friendship is sealed that will shape both families. Jo visits Laurie during a bout of illness and meets old Mr. Lawrence, charming him with her directness. The visit reveals the Lawrence family's hidden sorrow. Laurie's father married an Italian musician against his wishes, and both died young. As the friendship deepens, Beth's relationship with Mr. Lawrence proves the most transformative. Too shy to cross the threshold of the great house, Beth longs for the grand piano she can hear from afar. Mr. Lawrence invites the girls to practice whenever they wish. When Beth embroiders him slippers in gratitude, he responds with a small cabinet piano that once belonged to his granddaughter. Beth's courage in walking to thank him in person cements a bond between the shy girl and the lonely old man. Part 2. Trials and Temptations. The Dangers of Vanity and Anger. Amy faces public humiliation at school when a classmate reports her pickled limes to the tyrannical Mr. Davis. Meg, invited to spend time with the wealthy Moffats, allows herself to be dressed up for a party. When Laurie bluntly expresses his disapproval, "I don't like fuss and feathers," Meg recognizes she has compromised her authentic self. The most dangerous trial belongs to Jo. Her volcanic temper erupts when Amy burns the manuscript of fairy tales Jo has painstakingly written, the only versions in existence. Jo's rage is absolute. She shakes Amy and declares she will never forgive her. The next day, Jo deliberately withholds Laurie's warning about thin ice. Amy crashes through and nearly drowns before Laurie pulls her from the freezing water. That night, Marmee reveals she herself has battled a terrible temper for 40 years, a revelation that transforms Jo's understanding of her mother from an icon of patience into a fellow pilgrim. The shadow of war and the light of home. A telegram arrives. Mr. March is dangerously ill in Washington. Mrs. March prepares to leave immediately, and Jo commits the novel's most dramatic sacrifice, selling her long, beautiful hair to a barber. Her act crystallizes the theme that runs through every chapter: Love manifests not in grand gestures, but in what one is willing to give up. With Marmee gone, Beth notices the impoverished Hummel family needs tending. She returns carrying the Hummel baby who has died of scarlet fever in her arms, and Beth, who has never had the disease, has been exposed. Beth's illness becomes the novel's first great crisis. She grows delirious and fails to recognize her sisters. Laurie wires Marmee before Joe's despairing telegram can reach her. Through a long night of vigil, Beth's fever breaks near dawn, and moments later, Marmee walks through the door. Part 3. The Turning of the Seasons. First Love and Growing Pains. Beth's recovery marks a turning point, but the landscape is already shifting. John Brooke has fallen in love with Meg. Jo is devastated by the prospect of losing her sister to marriage. The proposal scene unfolds with dramatic irony. Aunt March storms in and forbids the match, threatening disinheritance. Her opposition accomplishes precisely the opposite of its intent. Meg's spirit of defiance ignites, and she declares her love for John with a passion she might never have discovered without provocation. The war ends. Mr. March returns. Meg's wedding is simple, intimate, and deeply felt. Homemade dress, lilies of the valley, vows exchanged beneath a green arch. Meanwhile, the other sisters pursue their own paths. Jo writes with increasing ambition, selling sensational stories. Amy develops her artistic skill and social grace as companion to Aunt March. Beth, though she survived scarlet fever, never fully recovers. She grows pale and fragile. Jo's literary career provides the novel's most incisive commentary on art and commerce. She wins a prize for a sensational tale, completes a novel that receives contradictory reviews, and eventually takes a position as governess in New York, where she meets the man who will reshape her understanding of both literature and love. Part 4. The Parting of Ways. Professor Bhaer and the Education of Jo March. Professor Friedrich Bhaer enters the story with quiet authority. Poor, middle-aged, and unfashionable, a German scholar reduced to tutoring, Jo observes him carrying coal for a servant girl and mending his own socks. Their friendship develops through German lessons conducted over fairy tales and evenings of conversation that open Jo's mind to philosophy. The professor's greatest gift is moral. When he discovers the sensational newspapers Jo has been writing for and delivers a passionate condemnation of such trash, Jo recognizes she has been compromising her talent for money. That night, she burns every manuscript and resolves to write nothing she cannot be proud of. Beth's farewell and Laurie's transformation. While Jo grows in New York, Beth diminishes at home. During a quiet retreat at the seaside, Beth confesses what Jo had dreaded. She knows she is dying. Beth's death comes in spring, rendered with extraordinary tenderness. She dies in her sleep, surrounded by her family. Jo finds in her pocket a poem she had written about Beth's quiet virtues, proof that her life, which she feared had been too small to matter, had been witnessed and cherished. Across the ocean, Laurie undergoes his own transformation. After Jo's firm rejection of her marriage proposal, Laurie travels through Europe in self-pity. It is Amy who shakes him from his torpor, delivering a scouting critique of his aimlessness. When Beth's death draws Amy and Laurie together in Switzerland, their consolation deepens into something neither expected. Laurie proposes during a boat ride on Lake Geneva, and Amy accepts. Part 5. Harvest. The Fullness of Time. The novel's final movement gathers all its threads into a tapestry of fulfilled aspirations. Meg's marriage matures into genuine partnership. Amy and Laurie return from Europe as elegant newlyweds. Jo, having learned to write from the heart, discovers that her simple, truthful stories achieve the success her sensational tales never could. The romance between Jo and Professor Bhaer resolves in characteristic Alcott unconventionality: a rainy street, muddy boots, a dropped umbrella, and two people finally admitting what everyone around them has long perceived. When Aunt March dies and leaves her estate, Plumfield, to Joe, the purpose crystallizes. Joe and the professor will marry and open a school for boys. Mr. Lawrence quietly funds scholarships for the neediest students. 5 years after Joe's wedding, the extended clan gathers at Plumfield for their annual apple-picking celebration on Mrs. March's 60th birthday. None of the sisters has achieved precisely what she imagined, but each has found something better. Meg got a loving marriage and extraordinary children. Jo became a mother to dozens of boys who needed her. Amy became a gracious woman whose creativity expresses itself in the beauty she brings to every room. And Beth achieved the only castle she ever wanted. She stayed home with her family, and she reached the beautiful country she had always longed for. Mrs. March, surrounded by her daughters, their husbands, and grandchildren tumbling in the autumn grass, declares she could never wish them greater happiness than the one they share in this moment. The March women have conquered themselves, their vanity, their anger, their selfishness, their fear, and in doing so, they have built something that no fortune can purchase and no war can destroy. A family bound not by circumstance, but by the daily, difficult, glorious practice of love.
لقراءة الكتاب كاملاً، تفضلوا بزيارة موقعنا